and we are going to record all these testimonies so that you can use it. We will put this into YouTube so that when you have people asking for testimony, then you have the testimony. The testimonies are important now. When we started, we didn't have anything. We didn't have the product, nor did we have any income testimonies. But today we have a lot of testimonies globally. So during my presentation, I see after the presentation, a lot of people have talk about testimonies. But by the time the people who come in, they leave because after seeing the actual presentation. So that's what I taught today. Normally, companies like ours, they will have one special day just on product so that people will understand the value of product. But in our case, when it comes to SuperLife, we have two types of product. One that gives you a service in terms of income generation, which is very much needed now. 37 million people have lost job or losing job worldwide, and especially in US and all. 600,000 people have lost job in Malaysia alone. And the last time it happened was in 1986. So people need us both ways, guys, not just in terms of health alone, but they also need us on wealth. So before I call upon those people to come and share, I just like to make sure that you have you can hear us loud and clear. That means your clarity is in terms of sound and all that. I see everybody has locked in very well in that case. So we have Dr. OFORI here, we have all those people here, and they're going to share in terms of Healthwise, okay? So I'm going to call the first gentleman to share this. He's a medical doctor, and he's from Ghana, Dr. OFORI. And Dr. OFORI will start off the testimony on the product. Okay, SuperLife is a company that's helping globally now the last 2 years. We have helped people Healthwise and Wealthwise. Earlier, I showed the video and what our cells need to give us the power, and that comes from the food. So our STC30 is the first product, and that product is a flagship product. Okay, we have other products, SEC15 for the colon cleansing. We have SIC for the immune booster, and the latest product that's going to come there, which they're going to launch on the 22nd of this month, is called SNCs, Super Neuron Care. And that is very important product now for us because this last 2 months we have been sitting a lot. Our nervous system has not been working properly because we have been sitting a lot. The more you have sedentary life, the more this nervous system won't work much. So we need products like this support. And the other one is too much use of phones and all that is also affecting our nervous system. So we are coming up with that product also. Okay. So today we have excellent testimonies on products. Especially today is going to be a testimony on STC30, our flagship product. And then next will be the income part, where during this lockdown, everybody's income, those people who are committed to this business, their income has grown many-fold, guys. Many-fold. Okay. So if you sit back and if you relax and if you listen it the right way, you can do it the big way. Okay. So I'm Dr. Mahadevan from Malaysia. Welcome. If you're coming for the first time, I welcome you here. And first and foremost, let us have our medical doctor, our very own medical doctor, Dr. OFORI. I'd like to talk about this gentleman. You see, I was looking for a medical doctor like him, who has got heart and who has got humility, and at the same time, he has got people in his mind to do this business. And that's what I saw in this man when the first online presentation I did, and I saw him. You know, I was given the will by God where I can identify leaders to do our business. I also can identify souls because I've been spending some 10 years in spirituality. So I saw this particular soul somewhere in Ghana. Then I saw that my search for a guy who has got such humility, who's also in the medical background, and I found him. So ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I'm going to call upon Dr. OFORI, who will kickstart our, he himself has got testimony on the product. And at the same time, he's also got testimonies on people that he was actually helping in terms of his medical field. And let's hear from him. Dr. OFORI, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Maha. Victory Nichab. My name is Dr. OFORI from Ghana, and it's been a pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege connecting with you all throughout the world. I want to tell you that welcome to this wonderful platform, and being the first to speak, thank you for the privilege, Dr. Maha. I have a book that I'm keeping stocks of everybody that I give my product to. So I do follow up on anybody that I personally give the product to. In 1 year in this business, I gave product to 105 associates to become a Ruby leader, 105. And I have track records of everybody I have given the product to. So I'll kickstart by telling you how I got involved with Superlife. As a medical doctor, I used to work for 2 hospitals to earn extra income, including my salary, because of the responsibilities I had as the first child in the family. And because of that, I developed some severe back pain, and then I decided to take medicine for the back pain. The medicine I was taking had a side effect of stomach ulcer. And so when I got my stomach ulcer, I stopped taking the pain meds and I was only on physiotherapy, because taking the pain meds was giving me stomach ulcer in addition. So when I got hold of STC30, I used it for myself, and I used the product for 1 month, and miraculously, the stomach ulcer got resolved, and then also the back pain got resolved. Because of that, I had the confidence to suggest the product to a patient I first treated who had a skin reaction to drug, because this was a patient who did not know that he had a condition called toxic erythematous necrolysis. And those particular patients, when they take products that they are allergic to, the body reacts. It can even be food that they may not know that their body is allergic to, or drugs that they may not know the body is allergic to. So this patient came to my hospital, and so the first point of call was to call a dermatologist, a specialist in skin problem. And the woman came to see the extensive nature of the reaction from head to toe. Almost 80% of the body had reacted. And so I suggested if we could add the supplement STC30 to the patient steroids that we're going to manage the patient on. And miraculously, within just 15 days, the healing was fantastic. And that was one of the motivations I had to take the product to several people's offices. Now, I would want to also kick off by saying that I remember going to a place in Ghana called Sogakope. It's in Volta region of Ghana. I spoke about the product, particularly on the testimony of my patient with the skin lesion and also on my back problem. There was a man in the office who is the PRO of the Ghana Water Company Limited. He was looking for a child, and he took the product. Just 3 months, he called me that the wife got pregnant. As a doctor, I wanted evidence, so it was not something I was sharing until 9 months later when the woman delivered. Apparently, the woman delivered in March 2020. So with that testimony, we have about 2 Superlife babies in my team, Action Dominators team, that I can attest to it. If you go to Ghana Water Company in Ghana, look for Mr. Gossen Plebo. He's one of my business partner, a super associate, and he has a baby through Superlife STC30. Now, miraculously, because of what Gossen's wife had experienced when the wife got pregnant, his boss, Mr. Osman Safiano, who I believe is part of this platform, Osman was so amazed that Gossen, his colleague worker, wife got pregnant. So he also took the product, and the wife also got pregnant. And Osman too was looking for a child. So with the product testimony on fertility, I have 2 people in my team that can attest to it. Then we started moving from places to places, church, banks, and then the testimonies kept coming. So we have a pastor in Agbozume in the Volta region who suffered from gout and arthritis. Gout is pain to the knee. Arthritis can be in the joints, even in the fingers. And this woman couldn't even wash her own clothes because of the painful nature of the arthritis. We gave STC30 to the woman, and miraculously, this woman was so amazed. Then the next testimony is on a gentleman who is also in Aflao. He is the deputy director of the education department. His name is Michael Kwogu. He suffered from an eye condition called pterygium. It's a mesh on the eye, and it is only removed surgical by an optometrist. So he went for health clinical checkup, and they said he needed to be booked for surgery. This man was afraid of operation, so he chose to wear dark spectacle to hide the mesh in the eye called pterygium. And upon using STC30, now the pterygium went away without surgery. So he's been an active advocate. As I speak to you now, because of the testimony of that pterygium alone, he has earned close to about $4,000. It's just left with $1,000 to hit a leader rank. And Mr. Ekwagu is so passionate about the product STC30. So whenever there's shortage, the office gets pressure because the people who have used the product cannot wait and do not accept the fact that there's no product. The next person I'm going to share with you is someone who is a retiree, and he suffered from a condition called vertigo. That is inability to maintain balance, and the vertigo was secondary to diabetes. Your sugar level is high, can affect your balance, and this man had early retirement as a teacher because of the condition that he wasn't able to control his sugar level. Apparently, diabetic patients suffer from symptoms such as polyuria. They urinate very often. They also suffer from nocturia. In the evening, before they wake up early morning, they might have woken up about 4 or 5 times to also urinate. And this man didn't know that the product was working until he had an erection at night, because for 60 years, he never had erection. Sorry, at 60 years, he never had erection because of how long the diabetes was affecting his health. But early dawn, around 4 p.m., upon being on the product for about 2 weeks, he had an erection, and he realized that the product was powerful. He went to check his sugar level, and miraculously, it had moved from 33 to about 17 millimole per liter, and that was magnificent. So he was so much appreciative that he wanted to know how he wanted to know through whom the product got to him in his place. So they gave him my number, and he called to thank me. So I would like to tell you that through this opportunity, you are not only going to offer wealth to people, you're also going to offer health. A lot of people also have challenges talking to medical doctors because doctors are moved by evidence. They want clinical trials. They want websites that publications have been made. They don't want these testimonies we share. I beg you, there are 4 categories of people you are going to meet in this business. One of the category is called the analyst. They want details. They want information. If you waste your time on these people, they want certification before they do things. Even if we provide to them the Food and Drug Board certificate, they are not even convinced enough. So I want to tell you that the testimonies are more. One of my last testimony I would share with you is on a partner that I care about a lot. And this guy, I went to the same senior high school with him. I finished secondary school in 2004. And from 2004 to 2020, I've never set an eye on this gentleman. And for 8 years, he suffered from a throat pain. He has been to hospitals, done endoscopic scan, and they couldn't identify what was wrong with his throat. Always he was given vitamin C and pain medicine, and it really, really affected my friend. So on one occasion, a WhatsApp administrator of our secondary school WhatsApp group decided that if anybody has an opportunity that he wants to share, they should just allow it on the platform. And I shared what STC30 has done for me and for others. And then the administrator connected with me that our mate, Akria Mwabwachi in Sunyane, had been suffering for 8 years for his throat pain. And I was amazed that I didn't know this condition. And this is a colleague of mine for almost about 12 years. I've never set eye on, and he has been struggling for 8 years. Quickly, we arranged and sent Ekwiyamwa 1 pack of the product, STC30, which he took for only 15 days. Miraculously, Ekwiyamwa sent me a thank you message because he saw an improvement on what STC30 is doing for him. The pain had remarkably reduced significantly. So I want to tell you that the product we have is something that is going to change a lot of people's health. So have faith and confidence in what you are giving to others. Thank you, Dr. Maha, for this wonderful platform. God bless you. Victory Namake, Victory Nicham.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ofori. That is Dr. Ofori did a good kickstart on the product, how the product can help people. Coming from a medical doctor with a medical background and also being in this business, and I think he gave me some good news that he is also coming in full time to the business soon, and that is the spirit he has for the business and also the product. You see, in businesses, products must speak one themselves. In our business, we don't sell the product, but product sells itself, guys. So we have a lot of testimonies. This is one of the first testimonies, and I'm going to get other people now to share. Dr. Ofori, please mute yourself so that it's easier for me to continue. All right, and next I'm going to call upon from India. Okay, here earlier you heard from a gentleman. Now we are going to hear from a lady from India, and where she took this product, and the product has helped her a lot. And let's hear from her, Miss Bindu from India. Okay, can I have Miss Bindu, please? Go ahead, Miss Bindu.
Yeah. Good evening to all of you.
Good
Actually,
evening.
yeah, there's no electricity in our house right now, so I have to switch off my video right now. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm really very passionate about Super Life because it has changed my life a lot. Because from the day one, I had amazing results. The first result being high energy levels all through the day. Why I was amazed by this result is because right from 11th standard, I could remember struggling to stay awake during the afternoon. I mean, being attentive during the afternoon hours in school. And I have even stood and slept in the afternoon. That is why I found this very first day result truly amazing. And not only that, it's a beautiful product for skin. We know that everybody is everybody gives a lot of importance to look. I had a wart on my face for 1.5 years. That fell off just on the 6th day of my using the STC30, which again was really amazing as far as I was concerned. And my skin has really improved a lot, you know, in terms of texture, in glow, in radiance. Amazing product. And for women, it is a beautiful product. I had suffered for 43 years, right from the age of 9 until 52, month on month, when I had my menstrual cycles, with severe pain, with mood swings and irritations. But all this changed in October 2019, after I had started using the STC30. Amazing. And I started sharing with my friends because of the amazing benefits I had got. Because before STC30, I thought that this was the way of life that I had accepted it as a way of life. But after STC30, I realized things can be so much better for every single woman. And I started sharing with my friends and realized that a lot of them are going through the same problems. Beautiful product for women. If the women are happy, I'm sure everybody's life becomes easier in the family. And I had severe pain in my left elbow. I could not carry weight for a long time, but that has gone. My varicose veins have all become normal. And I used to struggle with indigestion. That was another problem which I used to really struggle with. I could never eat a meal late, neither could I skip a meal, nor I couldn't go to sleep for 2 nights continuously very late. I would land up with severe headache, vomiting sensation. I had to pop in charcoal tablets, and I had to be in bed for at least half a day before I could go about my normal activities. All this has changed, my dear friends, after October 2019. That is why I am so passionate, not only me, and because of my testimonies, I started boldly telling it to my father, my friends and relations, and everybody who has taken the STC30 are very amazed by this product, and we're all waiting for the products in India because of the lockdown. And amazing. I really thank God for Super Life Company for all the research that has gone into producing this amazing product, the STC30, and to Mr. Hemant Bhaskar, because he's the one who invited me to view this opportunity. Beautiful. I really thank Dr. Maha, amazing trainings, everything. I consider Super Life as an extended family, seriously. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Bindu from all the way from Chennai, India. And what she said is very true. The product is something that you use, you feel, and you share. In fact, since 2017, I've been using the product. I'm 58 years old now. And the product, I use it, I feel it, and I share it. So like even the morning, I took one session. Just before I started, I took another session. And I know my body. So I study my body. So what my body needs, I give it. So this product does that. It gives you a complete food for your cells. Okay. So, and you see, we have people, first and foremost, we are focusing on wellness. Why pay more for sickness when I can pay less for wellness? That's how we started in 2017. And then my health is my wealth. My health is my wealth. My wealth is my family's health. These are the slogans we use. These are power phrases we used. And today with the COVID-19, this has become a necessity, guys. Earlier, it was a luxury. One you can even be without, but today you must have it. And regarding this product, during this lockdown, there is a delay. We agree with you. In fact, I was talking to one very close friend of mine from another company, one of the top leaders there. I was just having a conversation with him. A company, I don't even mind mentioning the name, MALAYSIA. They too have an issue of products coming delayed from US to them. And I was reading in the internet, and all the companies are having, but the companies all around the world have grown, around the world, the network marketing companies have grown by 100% during this lockdown, guys. So be patient. We are working out ways to get the products fast for you all. But in the meantime, we need to do our work. You see, I mentioned earlier, our system is helping people both ways, Healthwise and Wealthwise. While you're waiting for the product, you can help people a lot more way in Wealthwise, guys. The video I showed earlier regarding how the mind works, our mind also is related to the cells. If your mind is happy, cells are happy. Your mind is not happy, cells are not happy. Today, there are a lot of minds that are not happy because they are worried about their income, they're worried about their family, they're worried what's going to happen to them. So both ways we need this, okay? So the second half of the session, we're going to talk about how people have used this system to make the money and how they have used it to come out of their problems. And today, now, around you, there are a lot of people who are going to have problems, guys. So you heard from Ghana, you heard from India. Now, the home ground, where SuperLive started, we are going to have one gentleman. Every time he talks about a product, I told him he's going to charge me royalty because he's so passionate about the product. He started a business just casually, yeah, but the product made him to become passionate about the business. Okay, can I have Mr. Murali, please? All the way from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Mr. Murali, over to you, sir. Oh, you got two inside here. Okay, wait, let me unmute you. Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Murali? I saw two Muralis here. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Are you there? Mm-hmm. He's trying to adjust himself. Yeah, I can see him. Let me put in speaker mode. Go ahead, Mr. Murali. Your turn now. Uh-oh, it's muted again. Just give me a minute, guys. I'll unmute him. Mr. Murali, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, doctor.
All right, go ahead, finally.
Sorry, because I was using the computer as well as the handphone.
All right, go ahead now.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I hope you can hear me. Yeah? My name is Murali PARAMSIVAM. I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm actually 58 years young. Why I say young is after consuming STC30. Before that, the way I walk, the way I behave was like an old man. Yep. STC30 was introduced to me in October 2019. Sorry, 2018 by my friend, Mr. Parthiban from Ipoh. Being someone who's so active in sports, when he first came and approached me, I just heard it on my left and left it on my right. I was not interested at all. But Mr. Parthiban was very persistent that I had messages every morning, calls every day, asking me to go for the meeting to hear about this product. Because he knows the situation I was health-wise. I travel a lot for sports. I play hockey a lot, badminton as well, futsal. After every game, I have to apply ice on both my knees. If not, the next day, I'm stiff. I can't walk. Yeah. So finally, I signed up in February 2019. After about 4 or 5 months, couldn't take his pressure. I signed up just to please him. Yeah? But I did not take the supplement because there's so many supplements out in the market, MLM supplements, and everyone claims to be the best. So I did not take the supplement at all, to be very honest. What I did was I took these supplements, 18 sachets of it, to Indonesia. And I gave it to 3 different people, 6 each, and I promoted it to them. But I have not taken it myself. Gave it to them and I told them this is a very awesome supplement. You can cure your sickness. Please take it. I came back to Malaysia, continued working, and then I got a message saying that, can I get this supplement? It is good. So I asked, what did you do for you? At night, now I can sleep peacefully. First comment. So I called back the second person I gave. That person says, now when I urinate, I don't have any pain. The third person says, I don't snore at night. I sleep peacefully again. These 3 testimonials from 3 different friends from a different country prompted me to take the supplement. I only started taking the supplement in the month of February, March, around mid-April, May. Ladies and gentlemen, this comes from my heart, yeah? I'm not saying this to boost anybody. 6 days, consecutively 6 days I took. My knee pain disappeared. When I used to sit and get up from a chair, it's so painful. Not only that, I've gone operation for both my knees, and on my right knee, I've got a spur bone. Dr. OFORI could explain later because it's a medical term, a small little bone that broke off from my knee area. So whenever I sit and wake up, it pricks into my skin. I went and saw a specialist, and the specialist says, bear with it. Why are you going to waste about 20,000 ringgit on this small little scope? Bear with it. Now I can sit, I can squat, I can play hockey. I've started playing football, field football, after a lapse of 8 years. I started playing football again at this age. Veterans League. I don't play against kids because I can't last. So I play against the veterans level, that is 50 years and above. That is my knee. I don't drive the car in Kuala Lumpur because of the traffic situation here. I lose my temper very fast because people don't understand there's an indicator when you want to turn left or right. So I use my bike. And there's a small patch behind my head, which is actually bald. After taking STC 30, hair has grown. Okay, the hair is actually grown, but not completely covered, but at least there's some hair behind now. It's not shining. That's number 2. Number 3, I don't drink a lot of water. In the morning, I don't drink a lot of water, and that affected my kidney. Yeah. At night, when I go to bed around 10 o'clock at night, by the time I wake up, at least 3-4 times I have to go to the loo. Yeah, and it's very painful. So what I do in the morning, when I go to work, I collect the urine until my bladder is full. I'll go once. The time I come out from the loo, I'll be sitting outside in the pantry, the office, because of the pain. And then only I go back to work. Now, no issues. Maybe in a week, maybe once or twice I get up, that's it. No more 3-4 times in a day. And my kidney, no more issues with it. I got no more pain. Skin problems. Yeah, I left to do gardening and do things on my own in the house, like cementing things, building a new dog house and whatnot. It affected my skin. So much so, when I go to the bank or even immigration, the biometrics cannot read my thumbprint. Complete write-off. So much so, I had to go to the National Registration Center to get a letter to state that I am a legal Malaysian. I'm not an illegal, a legal Malaysian. With that letter, I can go to the bank or to the immigration department, show the letter, they let me go. Now, I got no issues. I stopped taking STC 30 on the 1st of December. 1st of December, I decided not to take STC 30 to see whether the skin issues, the kidney problem, the knee pain, and whatnot, whether it comes back again or not, whether I'm dependent on the supplement. That's what, no issues. My skins are clean. I can go overseas, no problem. Biometrics can read my thumbprint. It's for me. 4. Another one is varicose, like Miss, I think it was MS.BINDU who said that earlier. I have varicose as well. Now I can't find them. Those days I can see bulges behind the thigh area and whatnot. Now I can't even feel anything. It's smooth. I don't know where it's gone to. And I can safely say it's because of me taking STC 30. Yeah, that's mine. For my mother, my mom is 88 years old. Doctor has given her a write-off that anytime she can go because she's actually suffering from a lot of sicknesses. She can't even go for a bypass because she's even allergic to anesthetic. So she suffers with the pain. 7 months ago, the doctor told her, Auntie, you need to go and do a dialysis. You have to do dialysis because the kidney is only 5% functioning. I gave her STC 30. 6 months later, I, my son, and my mother went to the same hospital, the same doctor, and the doctor said, no need to do dialysis anymore. Uric acid has dropped, creatine has dropped. So now my mom is at home, though she's still in a wheelchair, she walks once in a while, but she's happy that she need not go and do her dialysis. That's for my mom. My daughter is 16 years old. Her face is full of pimples, so much so she's even shy to come out of her room. I gave her STC 30. 2 months. Her face is smooth. Even mine is not smooth. Her face is now smooth and she's happy. A 16-year-old girl, it has helped her. For me, STC 30 has improved my health and has also improved my health in a way, my wealth in a way, because I only do this business on the weekends. Full time, I'm employed with Badminton World Federation. So that's my focus. But Saturday, Sundays, I focus on Superlife. I started this business in February. Until May last year, my part-time income, accumulated income has touched 3,005 USD. So I'm confident by end of this month, I should touch the leader rank. Yeah. To the newcomers or whoever is new here, STC 30 is an excellent supplement. I will never say it as a product. I always say it as an excellent supplement. Don't have doubts. Take the product, and I can assure you that you will see wonders in life. With that, I say thank you very much. Super Life, life is super.
Thank you, Mr. Murali. Thank you so much. Normally during our presentation, we have to rush them, but today I'm giving them free flow to share because all these are recorded and we will have these testimonies so that you can use these testimonies to share with people. You see, our job is not to sell the product. Our job is to share with people so that people can use it for themselves and then they also participate in the business opportunity. Gone are the days where we participate in business like this to sell the product. If you're coming to sell the product, then you are limiting yourself in terms of growth in this business. This business is all about identifying your people and then building your network and distributing the product. We are not here to sell the product. And Paul Pilzer, the US economy said the last trillion came from the internet business. The next trillion is going to come from the wellness industry. And those involved, the keyword, those involved in the distribution of the product will make the millions. So we are giving chance to people to distribute the product globally by participating in our SLWC global franchise. And when they participate, they get the 4 benefits. The first benefit, they purchase, when they purchase the franchise, they get products to take care of themselves for their own health reasons, and at the same time to prevent sickness, to prevent disease. COVID-19 or COVID-19's brother, sister, whoever's going to come, they can protect themselves. And you heard a lot of testimonies now, and you heard the testimonies from Dr. OFORI, Ms. Bindu, and also Mr. Murali, and 3 different people from 3 different parts of the world. So that is how well our product does for you, okay? So while you are building a business, you can consume the product and the product will take care of you guys, Healthwise and Wealthwise, okay? Next, I'm going to call upon, also from India, Mr. Bhaskar, who's a businessman. And Mr. Bhaskar has been in this business for some time and the product has helped him also. Let me see if he's still here. I saw him just now. Oh, yes, he's here. Okay, I'm going to get Mr. Bhaskar. Mr. Bhaskar, you can unmute yourself. You can share your testimony, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Maha, sir. I am Bhaskar Krishnamurthy, basically a textile exporter, operate Superlife business from Bangalore, India. Basically, when I was doing my conventional business, I was doing pretty well. At that point of time, because of the stress and strain, I had a heart attack in the month of November 2018. So it so happened, like, I was rushed to the hospital and the doctors told me, like, I only have 1 hour time to survive. So I was rushed to the cath lab because they did the angio. They found out there was a 2-inch block and which was 99%. And they said immediately angioplasty has to be done. We'll try it out. If it doesn't work, then we have to do an open heart surgery. I said, whatever you want, make me survive. That was the time, like, I was literally pleading to them. That's when, like, 2.5 hours, the procedure went by and they made me survive. I was in the ICU for about 4 days. And after that, 15 days at the place where I, got the angioplasty done. And I rested for a little while. Then my family took me back to Bangalore where I used to live. And it so happened, like, doctors gave me a lot of medicines and advices saying that, like, 1 month you need to be under complete stress, forget about the business, forget about any physical activity. And they gave me a lot of advices with respect to the diet is also concerned. They said, like, you need to use less of salt, less of oil, and like a lot of conditions. So I meticulously followed all that. But what happened, 1 month I was feeling very weak. I thought I will recover, but unfortunately I did not recover at all. It took 2 months, it took 3 months. Then I started calling up the doctor, asking him what's happening. See, I'm not having any energy at all to do anything. That's when they said, send us the blood report. So I immediately asked the lab people to come home, take my blood report and, like, sent it to Chennai, where, I got the angioplasty done. And that particular cardiologist revised the medicines for me. I continued to use it, but unfortunately, even 6 months passed, nothing happened. 9 months passed, nothing happened. 1 year passed. Like, I don't know what happened. My body did not accept the medicines. That's how it was going on. I was just wondering to myself, what should I do now? My kids are very young. How do I take care of them now? How do I get into business now? All that worries were going in, like, a lot of stress was going in. So I couldn't recover. Even if I have to, like, get up and move around within the house for about 5 minutes, I have to sit in the sofa and lie down, I have to sleep. That was my condition. At that point of time, there was a wedding in the family at a place, like, where my sister's daughter was getting married. Because of our culture, like, I had to be present because I'm the maternal uncle. So since I was there, a friend of mine visited the wedding and he saw me and he was just surprised. He asked me, what happened to you, Bhaskar? I said, this is my situation. Like, 1 year I could recover. He said, okay, I have something wonderful. Like, I'm going to offer you. Take it, use it. So what happened, like, when he explained to me a little bit, I didn't understand at all. He said, like, see, I'm going to explain, it won't work for you. So what you do is, like, take the help of your kid, your son, and, like, come to my office, look into the presentation completely. So when I saw the presentation, saw the videos with respect to R&D is concerned, I understood, okay, this is not a medicine, okay, which I have to take. It's only a food supplement, which is a superfood for my cells. So I decided, I never thought I will do the business at all at that point of time. I only wanted to recover from my sickness. And then I picked up the product the same day, came back to Bangalore, started using it meticulously. A miracle really happened. Within 15 days, like, I was back on my foot, so energetic. And let me tell you, friends, from that day to till date, for about 5 months now, I don't sleep during the day at all. I'm so energetic because I'm having 1 sachet a day every day. That was the power of this particular product. And I continue to use the product because in 15 days, like, I recovered and had a re-life because 1 year I was suffering from it. I continued to use it. After using the product for about a month, what I realized was I used to have vertigo problem for more than 8 years. If I turn to my right, turn to my left, I don't pick up anything. Okay, I'll have a spin on my head. I'll feel like, very inconvenient thing. Like, I'll feel like vomiting or puking or whatever it is. It takes 2 hours for me to recover from it. But using this STC30 for about a month, that problem was completely gone out of my system. I really enjoy doing, like, anything I want. Because I ride bikes, like, from my young age, I used to love it. But for 8 years, I've abstained from riding bikes because I was scared, like, suddenly if you have to turn to the right or left, if I have a spin, if I fall, what will happen? But today, after using the product for more than a month, I started enjoying riding on the highways also with the bike because I have no fear at all today. And other than that, like, I used to be a tennis player. I was a health freak, rather. I used to play badminton. I used to play tennis. Because of that, see, when you play at 18 and 20 or 30, it doesn't matter. Even at age of 50, like, you're going to play like a young kid, what happens? Like, I had a knee injury and I used to have a lot of pain and knee swelling, like, even if I walk after that. It so happened I used to wear kneecaps to protect myself so that safety is better. So I used to walk around and all that. But unfortunately, that 1 full year, like, really made me think, like, what is health? Okay, how you should take care of health and how health is wealth and all that. When I continued to use this product for more than 3 months, let me tell you, friends, I have no knee swelling, no pain at all. I removed my kneecap and I'm walking around my community for 1 hour every day very briskly. And not only that, when I used to have my bath, I can't put my hand behind to wash my back. I put soap at my back at all because I used to have a lot of pain with the shoulder or concern. I can't literally push it back. But after using STC 30, my shoulders have become so flexible that, I can put my hand behind. I can wipe literally from the corner of my shoulders also. That's the beauty about this particular product. It's really helped me. And not only that, I'm 57 years of age today. My sperm count is improved because I was diabetic. What happened? A lot of issues with respect to my reproductive system was concerned. But today, I have no shame to declare that, I'm really feeling very healthy and energetic with respect to, that's the reason why I told you my sperm count is improved. Okay. I have to thank my friend, Mr. Hemant Bhaskar, that's Dr. Hemant Bhaskar, for giving me this wonderful product to recover from sickness. And after that, I wanted to get into business, and now I'm spreading the aroma of health and wealth around the community. I have to thank Dr. Mahasar for giving us all the training and support all over India and all over the globe. I really admire him. I want to be another person like him around the globe. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bhaskar. Mr. Bhaskar, all the way from Bangalore, India. And you see, this business is, even the ordinary people can do this to become extraordinary. The extraordinary people to do this to become super extraordinary. And today with COVID-19, extraordinary people, if they don't come in to do this, they can become ordinary because of what's happening around us. RRI, recession, retrenchment, and inflation. Many people will come down. New people will be coming up and using the opportunity. So both things can happen. So one final person I would like to share in terms of our testimony on our healthcare. And this is a person who I had in mind when I prepared this. And I was inspired to do this during our last presentation, where I saw a couple of testimonies, and I saw one lady who broke down and literally cried in public domain. And that really touched me on how STC 30 has helped people globally. So I wanted this news to reach out to more people. So that's why I wanted more time to be given to testimonies on our product. So I have this lady. To me, she lives because of STC 30, and she is STC 30. And when I sent her, I called her up just now and asked her to share, and she agreed. And then later on, she sent me a message with a lot of tears because her father passed away in US. And I thought she won't be able to be here. But when I saw her name here, I was so touched. That's commitment, guys. And if you all have been here regularly, you know who I'm talking about. She's Miss Lucy from UK. And she is literally a reborn because of STC 30. Let us hear from Miss Lucy, who will bring this thing to a finale. Okay, our first part of our sharing today. That means finale of the Healthwise part. Okay, can I have Miss Lucy, please? Go ahead, Miss Lucy. I'll unmute you again. Okay, unmute yourself, please. Okay.
I have done.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maha, for your good words. All the time you keep inspiring me for the dedication and the kind of heart that you have to always talk passionately. And one thing I'll never forget, whenever I mention your name, is you say it's heart to heart. And that's what we are actually here for. I'm Lucy from UK, as Dr. Maha already introduced. And I have had severe asthma from my childhood, from the time I was about 9 years old. And it's been really bad that I've ended up on life support so many times because of asthma. I've spent a lot of times in intensive care, a lot of times in hospital in the last 9 years than I had spent at home until I discovered STC 30. I was speaking to my brother in Ghana, his name is Danny, one evening, because I had been telling him all the time, oh, I'll be coming this Christmas, I don't come, and I tell him, you don't worry, I'll surprise you. So that day I got the courage to really talk to him about what exactly is happening to me. And at the time, I had so many complications because of medication. And I had a catheter, so I couldn't pass urine normally. So I had a catheter. And the biggest thing that everyone saw was that I couldn't walk because I was in a wheelchair. and I had been in the wheelchair for over 4 years. So I was telling my brother that, listen to me, if I tell you that any plane will be able to bring me to Ghana now, it's a lie, because I can't walk, I can't sit up for more than half an hour. Even when I'm going for appointments, I have to be on a stretcher, and at home, I can't sit up straight. I have to sit in my recliner chair. That is the day I'm able to be hoisted out of bed. Through complications, I developed what we call peripheral neuropathy. So when you don't have any sensation in your feet, and sometimes too, when you get sensation in your feet, it feels like pins and needles. So when I'm helped out of the bed with the hoist, I had a standing hoist, and I weight bear, it feels like stepping on broken bottles. So for that reason, I couldn't weight bear at all. So it means that I couldn't stand, even with the help of the standing hoist. And it went on, and things got just from bad to worse. Every single time I'm going for a hospital appointment, I'm a bit nervous because I don't know what they are going to tell me that is wrong again. So from 2011, I had a cardiac arrest. 2 years later on, I had a massive blood clot in my lungs that nearly blocked the whole of my right pulmonary artery. So they said to me that, listen, you have to be on certain medications for the rest of your life. I had non-reproducible lung function, which means that they couldn't even get a baseline value for my lung function because my lungs was not functioning at all. I was on so many medication for my asthma, including steroids, oxygen at home, and nebulizers. At a certain point, I was taking 33 tablets in a day. That was sometimes 16 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and then another 4 run about tea time, which is like dinner time, and then the rest of them have to be taken when I'm going to bed. So when I told my brother about all this, he said to me that, look, there is this supplement, and mind you, I had tried a lot of other supplements from different companies, you know, but a lot of them, because of how it is taken, which is they say you have to be swallowing. From the number of times I had been on life support, my swallowing was gone. So I couldn't just take water and drink. It had to be thickened. Sometimes I had to be fed through a tube through my nose. And almost every part of my body was affected, that the doctors were even considering a catheter that come out of my tummy. So they call it a suprapubic catheter because I was getting recurrent infections in the catheter, bleeding, and all sorts of things. So when my brother started telling me that, oh, it's done this for that person, the doctor who was telling him about it, the mother had stroke, but the mom is now walking. Actually, when he was in the office speaking to the doctor, the mom came around. I said to him, I said, enough of all those people's testimonies. Listen to me now. I want a testimony for myself. And trust me, if this STC30 is as good as you're talking about, if it helps me, then you have to run away because we're going to be bothering you. So we sent him some money to order some of the products for us from Ghana. And I took, for the first 2 weeks, for the 3rd day, I told my mom that this is going to work. And she said, why? What have you seen? And I said to her that, do you know that yesterday I forgot to take my sleeping tablets? And she says, okay. So the next day, when I went to bed a bit early because I was feeling very tired. Every morning, I feel like I've been beaten because sometimes I'm going 5 good days with no sleep. And you can all bear with me that if even you sleep and you don't have a good night's sleep for one night, you wake up and you're already grumpy because you can't be yourself. So that night, my mom was thinking, should I wake her or should I not? And she said, okay, let's see, because the maximum I used to sleep was 4 hours. And I had slept past 4 hours. I had slept 5 hours, 6 hours. I was still asleep. She said, okay. So she didn't wake me up. In 6.5 hours, I woke up. Usually when I wake up in the night, it will be because I'm either in pain or I'm feeling breathless or I'm uncomfortable. But this time, I woke up not feeling in pain, not feeling breathless, nothing. I woke up because I had slept enough. And she was marveled because she was saying to herself that you usually not sleep like this much. Even when you've taken the sleeping tablets, you can sleep for only 4 hours. So I decided that, okay, for the rest of the week, let me not take it and see if I'll still be able to sleep. So I carried on taking the STC 30. And when you are touching my feet and I'm not looking at you, I wouldn't know anyone is holding my feet because I had no sensation in my feet, especially when I'm lying down. I've got a hospital bed. I've got a special pressure relieving mattress so that I don't get a lot of bruises because I couldn't move even myself in bed. And I could coordinate to wiggle my toes. So I called my mom. I said, come and see something. I think something is happening here. And she said, what is it? So I closed my eyes and I wiggled my toes and I asked her, I said, can you see? She said, no, I didn't see it. Do it again. I did it again and she said, I didn't see it. Do it again. And then I did it. So she was happy. That afternoon, I was there and my phone was ringing and it dropped because my phone is always on vibration because that's the only way sometimes I can feel that my phone is ringing. And the phone dropped off from the bed. The next minute I realized I had turned myself trying to get the phone. So when I came to my senses that, oh, I've actually turned, I called my mom and she came and she was like, be careful, you fall out of bed, because I had fallen out of bed quite a few times in the past before then. And I said, no, I'm not falling out of bed. All I saw is I have turned to pick the phone. And she says, okay, if you did it yourself, if it's not any adrenaline rush, turn back in the bed and try to pick the phone again. So I turned and I was able to turn back and pick the phone. And then I was thinking to myself, is it actually real? Is this happening? Because I couldn't even bring myself to believe that I'm able to do so. So the next minute, later on in that day, I said to her that I want to sit out in my chair because I couldn't cough up. So I tend to build a lot of mucus and I kept getting chest infection upon chest infection upon chest infection. So as part of my treatment, I'm supposed to do airway clearance and they want me to do it sitting up. But because a lot of times I couldn't sit, I couldn't do it. But that particular day, I felt I had so much energy. So I said to my mom, I want to sit out. So she went to bring the hoist and then she helped me and I was able to weight bear on the hoist to pull my weight and to stand on it. So she said, this is very good and your legs are not shaking. Usually when they get me on the hoist and they try to bring me up like to a standing position, my legs would just be constantly shaking. So that day, it didn't shake for the first time. It wasn't doing that. And when I sat in the chair, usually the maximum I'm able to sit even in the recliner is 2 hours. And I'm in so much pain, I just want to go back. But interestingly, when I sat in the chair that day, I sat for 3 hours. And since I started taking the STC 30, what I realized is that it wasn't difficult for the phlegms to come out. In a day, sometimes I could bring up a lot of mucus as much as where my hand is on the glass. So I was quite shocked because I didn't know that I had all this stuff in me. And very soon, I started being able to walk with my Zimmer frame at home. So one day I decided that, okay, let me try and see if I can walk without the frame. When I started to weight bear, because I didn't have balance, because I'd been lying down and my body was used to that. Whenever I get up from even the sitting position in bed to sit at the edge of the bed, I feel quite dizzy because my blood pressure dropped. Because for a long time, my body is used to just lying down. So what happened was, initially, when I tried to walk with the frame, I started the rehab with my mom before we were confident and we told my physiotherapist. So when she also came around, she said, something is really happening here, isn't it? And then we were laughing about it. I said, I don't even know if I'm dreaming or if it's true. And she said, okay, we'll help you with more exercises to strengthen and to be able to stretch. I started taking the supplements early November. And by the 3rd week, which was 18th November, I was able to walk out of the house with my mom to a nearby shop. And then the Saturday, I was able to go to a nearby park with my mom and my daughter. And she was so happy because for a long time, a lot of her birthdays, since her 2nd birthday, she spent her birthdays with me in hospital. That even her 6th birthday, she brought her birthday cake and all that. So for her to see me walking beside her, she was so amazed. Although she wasn't feeling well that day, but for her to see me walk, that was enough to boost her up, and she was happy. She couldn't stop singing. She was overexcited and all that. Carrying on, I wasn't thinking of telling my doctors at the time because I wasn't even sure whether it was something actually happening, or I couldn't bring myself to believe what all that was happening. So in January, I went for an appointment. In December, I was able to go with my sister and we went to see Greenwich, the Maritime Museum, where Greenwich Mean Time starts from. So we went there with her friend as well. And the whole day afterwards, we went on a cruise on the Thames and we came home quite late. One of our pastors was coming to visit us. And I had forgotten that he said he was coming that day. So when he came and the wheelchair was there and he asked, he says, oh, where's my girl? My mom told her, oh, she's gone out with the younger sister and her friend. She says, gone out like what? He says, yeah, she walked with them and she went. So when he said, no, I'm going to wait to see for myself if this is actually true. And he waited until we returned home quite late. And when we were coming, I walked and I went to hug him. He said he couldn't just believe it. I got no infections during the winter. I decided not to take the flu jab because I wanted to see if I'm actually better or it's just a camouflage. So I didn't take the flu jab. I had no flu during winter. I had no severe asthma. Okay, I needed no antibiotics for whatsoever infection. And usually the winters are my worst. Usually by Christmas, I'm not feeling well. Sometimes I try to stay at home by 26th. I'm in the hospital. I spend New Year in hospital. This was the first Christmas that I was well. Everyone was happy. We had a big Christmas dinner with family and friends, and we all danced the night away without me feeling extremely tired. So I said to myself, okay, I think this is really working. So I have to probably let the doctors know. When I went for an appointment in January, they did blood tests. And at the time, I hadn't told them yet. When they did the blood test, they couldn't believe that it was my blood test results because all the time I had borderline issues with my liver because of the medication I'm taking. And I had flags in almost every single organ is flagging up in there. When they did the blood tests, and for the first time, there was no flags, so everything was normal in the blood test. They called me, they said to me, your results are in, but we think that it's a mistake. So I asked them that, what mistake is it? And they said to me that, well, they think they have wrongly labeled somebody's blood test because this cannot be Lucy's blood test. Lucy's blood test has always got flags. This blood test had everything okay. So we don't believe it's yours. They sent me to my local hospital for them to do another blood test to confirm whether what they got was true. They also did it, and they also called me that they think the same issue has happened again, meaning because I did it in the hospital, there has been a mix of labeling or something. So they then sent the nurses to come home and take the blood. So when the nurse came, I asked her, I said, are you taking anyone else's blood? She said, no, I'm taking only your blood because we want to clear up this confusion once and for all. And I'm actually taking it to the lab myself and waiting for them to process it and take the results myself to the doctors. So I said, okay. And because of the steroids have been on, my blood sugars have been all over the place. So I had type 2 diabetes, which is not only that the blood sugar goes up, but in my case, in the middle of the night, the blood sugars were dropping very low. And sometimes when I eat too, the body releases too much insulin and it drops the blood sugar. And sometimes I'm not awake. I'm unconscious because of that. So when they did all those bloods, so they didn't let me eat in the morning. It was fasting bloods. When they sent the bloods, because they did it as urgent, in 4 hours, the first set of results was in. And they said to me that the second set will be in a week. About 10 days later, I had a call from the hospital and they said to me that, Lucy, it's actually true that it was your blood test, because the last one we did was even better than the first 2 that we've done. So tell us what has been going on. So I was meant to see them in 2 days. So I said to them that seeing is believing. So I'm coming to show it to them. When I went, I got out of the wheelchair and I walked to the consulting room, and the doctor was like, I can't believe this. You're actually walking with me to the consulting room without any oxygen. I said, yes. So I showed him the box, and I actually showed him the sachet. And I had one of the leaflets, the flyers of the STC 30. So I said to him, I said, you can Google it as well, but this is a summary. If you want, I can leave it. So the nurse said, no, she wanted it. And the doctor said, oh, I'll search for it for myself. So I left, and they were very happy. For the first time, they were able to measure the inflammation in my lungs, which was normal, in normal limits. So they said, okay, which means that this thing that you're taking, what is it? And I said, well, I'm told it's a plant-based stem cell supplement. And so they were asking lots and lots of questions about it. So a lot of my asthma medication, I had already tried to stop taking some of them. And they asked me, they said, have you been taking everything? I said, no, I stopped taking this time. I stopped taking that this time. And I was on one tablet, which was also causing my heart to be racing all the time. That was aminophylline. I told them that I've stopped taking the aminophylline tablet. They said, what? I said, yes. And I'm still not feeling like overly breathless or anything like that. So they said they'll still keep an eye on me. So then they sent me for a lung function test to find out if truly my lungs had improved. And they booked the lung function test for August, because I told them that for June, because I told them that I would be traveling in August. And for 9 years, I haven't been fit to fly because of my high oxygen requirements, and because of the cardiac arrest I had, and because of all the medical stuff I have to carry with me. No airline will pick me unless it's a medical evacuation flight, because I need specialist equipment even on board the flight. So I hadn't been able to travel, but I told them that I'm feeling well enough and I feel I need to be able to travel because I'm going to meet family as well. So they said until they've done the lung function test, they can't tell me that I'm fit to fly. So I agreed. And even prior to that, I had been able to stop the medication that I'm taking for the nerve pain, because I wasn't getting that neuropathic pain in my foot anymore. So when I told the doctors, they said, okay, try without it and let's see. I tried, and then I was still fine. What happened next was I went to see this other pain consultant, because I was on a lot of pain medication, morphine and morphine patches and slow release morphine preparations as well, to try to help me keep on top of my pain, because I was in so much pain all the time. I never knew that there was life without pain, because that is all I know, pain. And when I started taking the STC 30, my my dependence on the pain medication had gone down, that certain days I'm not needing any morphine for breakthrough pain. So when I went to see the doctor, he was really improved. He was impressed about the improvements. And even when he called my name and I went, he said, I asked to see Lucy. And I said, yes, doctor, this is Lucy. And he says, and I smiled and she said, the smile looks like Lucy, but you have changed because you used to be very big and you used to always look tired. You always looked very sick. But I'm seeing smiling Lucy, not in pain and sitting, because every time he had seen me in the clinic, I had been on a stretcher. Because of that, he was amazed. So he got keen to ask, what have you been doing? And I was telling him about it, and he says, oh, okay, so how would I be able to get it? Can I recommend it to other patients who might want to try other things privately? And I said yes. So I told him that he can contact my mom. So I gave my mom's contact details to him, that if somebody would want to try, my mom has registered as a distributor, so she would. So after 4 months of taking STC 30, I decided to do a testimony service at church, after which I thought about it that other people are suffering like myself. If even not up to what I'm suffering, they are. So why not also get on board? Just for the passion of telling people, spreading the good news about STC 30 and sharing my testimony, because I know that it's helped me in so many different ways, and it will be able to help them, because it wasn't just one condition. People are giving testimonies about just ulcer, people are giving testimonies just about diabetes, but for me, it's a long list of conditions. I've been diagnosed with over 14 different medical conditions, and as we speak now, a lot of them have been resolved, you know, from taking STC 30. In total, I took STC 30 for 6 months and I stopped taking it for a month, like someone said earlier on, to try and see if it's because I'm taking it, that's why I'm feeling well. But interestingly, even the time I had the break, I was still okay. But because I knew that I've suffered for so many years and I wanted the body to be able to heal completely, I still decided to take at least 3 times a week. So I took it like that for some time, and then I went back to taking it every day, every day, every day. As I speak to you now, I'm not only taking STC 30, I've started taking the SIC just before the time we were meant to go for the Thailand trip, because I wanted to boost my immunity more. And it's been wonderful. I've not needed to take any, like I used to take about 4 courses of antibiotics in 3 months. But since starting STC 30, the rates and the level at which I get infections is insignificant. Sometimes I go over 6 months without any infection. The whole of last year, I only took antibiotics 3 times in the year of 2019, which to me is very incredible, because my routine was take antibiotics almost every month. So because of that, I have rescue antibiotics, and I've been cleared to fly. I flew to Amsterdam last year in August, and I had no problems whatsoever. I didn't require any oxygen on the flight, and I came back. My doctors were happy. So when I told them that we were going to Thailand, they said to me that they have no concerns for me to fly to Thailand, although they know it's 12.5 hours from UK, but they were happy to clear me to fly. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I couldn't go for the Thailand trip, but I'm looking forward to the Dubai 2021. So what I'm going to say is that STC 30 is a miracle product of our time. God has brought this STC 30 to liberate us from sicknesses. If you are having doubts about trying to take it, I want to encourage you that give it a try, because your miracle might be in this supplement you're trying to avoid. And if you know people who are suffering, recommend it to them. Yours is just word of mouth, because someone's answer to their prayer might be in the testimony that you share. So keep taking the STC 30 and keep sharing your testimonies. And I know it will bless the lives of so many people. Not only myself has the STC 30 helped, it has helped a lot of people I introduced it to. People recovering from tumors in the bladder, people recovering from near blindness, people recovering from arthritis, people recovering from strokes. I have a lot of testimonies from my personal team. So what I want to encourage everyone, that STC 30 works. Try it for yourself and you'll be amazed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lucy. I really, someone wrote here, they said that they have tears listening to your presentation. You really move us. And how young are you, Lucy? What's your age?
Whenever I say my age, people don't believe me because I'm looking a lot younger than I used to. I'm looking a lot slimmer. Just one moment. I want to show a picture.
Guys, you see what?
That was me. That was me and my daughter.
Oh, okay.
So I was very big, but now I'm looking this slim. I feel younger. I feel healthier. I am 31, but I look nothing like that. Whenever people ask me anything, when I say 20, they are like, what are you on about? You're just a teenager. Just try to enjoy your young life, you know. But I've got an 11-year-old daughter, so I can't be a teenager, obviously, because my daughter is even 11. So awesome. STC 30 has made me young as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lucy. That is what I always believe. STC 30 is longevity and anti-aging also. That is why the older you get, the younger you look, okay? Those of you who are 40, I got a good news for you. WHO said that the new definition, they have redefined the word youth. Those days, youth means 19 years old to 40 years old. Now, in 2018, they redefined it. Youth means 19 years old to 65 years old, guys. So how youthful you're going to be is totally up to you, whether you're going to be a youth on bed or whether you're going to be youthful, all right? So now you saw the part where how the product has helped a person to come out from the pain and how she shared the testimony, and all the testimonies that you heard from Dr. OFORI, from Bindu, from Mr. Bhaskar, from Mr. Murali, and then finally Ms. Lucy. All this has been recorded today, and I will share this in YouTube. I'll try to do it tonight itself. I'll upload in YouTube, and you can get it, the YouTube link. You can go and look for Dr. Maha and a channel, YouTube channel, then you get all these videos there, okay? So thank you so much for the time to all these people who shared, and they shared it openly from their heart. None of them, I told them that I'm going to call. I only called them last minute because I don't want people to prepare a verbatim and then tell it, with scripts and all that. It must come from heart. And that's why they shared from their heart. Now let's look on the monetary part. You see, as I mentioned earlier, today people need this also. People need on the business part. They really need it. Some people say sometimes when we're being presentation, they say you guys are talking a lot about money. But today, money is also a very important thing. If your mind is not happy, then your cells are not happy. If your cells are not happy, they cannot combine together and dance with the tissues. And if they are not happy, your organs won't be happy. So everything is interrelated, interconnected, guys. You need the health, you also need the wealth. So now I'm going to call upon those people who have done it very well during this COVID-19 also, and they are doing extremely well, okay? So first person I'm going to call is a lady who just completed her she was a breakthrough already. She was the first lady within this group in Chennai. She's from Pondicherry, India, to become a leader. So can I have Miss Ambika Ram, please, from all the way from Pondicherry? Miss Ambika Ram from India. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, happy evening to all. Sir, audible?
Audible, loud and clear.
Yes, first of all, I would like to thanks to my sponsor, Mr. Premnath and Jagadish Balakumar sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So during this lockdown period, I was very upset because I could not go to outside and meet the people. Then I came to know about Super Life Zoom presentation and started working on it. I have achieved leadership in this field by telling about this to people and taking ID on Facebook. I have earned 5,000 USD above just by taking ID on social media during this lockdown period. Not only me, even my teammates have achieved more than 4 lakhs above. So personally, I took testimony and my knee pain has gone within 1.5 months to consume the product. Even my teammates have also taken this product and it gives more than best result to them like diabetic and BP, hypothyroid, back pain also. So thank you to STC30. And once again, I would like to thanks to our founder, Chief Mohan Raj, and my great trainer, Mr. Mahadevan sir, and my dear left and right teammates. Once again, thanks my above leaders. So wish you all success and super life. Life is super. Vetti Namakke, Vetti Nichayam. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ambika from Pondicherry. Guys, Healthwise, Wealthwise. You see, people are making 5,000 USD within a very short period of time by participating in this system. And when money comes, happiness comes at the moment now, because happiness is something that you are naturally, but today everything is connected. So money is also becoming a very important part now. They say money, money, money is a honey in a rich man's world. It's an old ABBA song, but today money, money, money is a honey in everyone's world. So much so today husbands don't call wives honey anymore. We call them money, because anything you focus will increase, guys. The next gentleman I'm going to call upon is Mr. Nick Lim from Malaysia. He is a young 22-year-old boy who participated in this program some time back, but became very active during this COVID-19, and within a very short period of time, he completed not 5,000 USD, but 10,000 USD, guys, and is going on aggressively. Let's hear from him. And he created sensation using Zoom by bringing in almost 1,000 people in a very short period of time. Can I have Nick Lim, please?
All right. Hello, hello. Can you hear me, Dr. Ma?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, right. So thank you for the opportunity to give us some sharing here. All right. First, I would like to thanks for this super life to be in my life. And then I would like to thanks Dr. Maha, to all the leaders that constantly coach me, help me along this way. In between 5 weeks, just 5 weeks, I managed to get 10,000 USD, which means a Sapphire leader. So what I've learned from this is, super life is not about earning, not about health. Okay, it's all together where we actually help each other. Okay, we need to help people to empower their life in order to empower our life. All right, so supply, I would say, cut it short, it's all about believing and also helping. And we also help people in training their leadership skills, their entrepreneurial skills. Like previously, I was a guy that I can't even, do any presentation. Okay, but today here I am with Dr. Maha constantly bringing me to every presentation. All right, I can proudly say that I can actually talk to a lot of people now. And with, with the Zoom now, although in this pandemic situation, with COVID-19 system, everything, the lockdown, I would probably say that Super Life actually helped a lot of people in their financial wise, because Super Life, we can do it through online. We do not need to go face to face, and it's all about believing. All right, the first step you need to do to success is believing, and then you need to help. All right, it's not like you just bring people in, then after that you don't help them. All right, so I would like to say thank you very much, and thanks a lot.
Okay, short, sweet, and powerful. You see, that's Nick Lim, guys, and he's now going for his Ruby. Anytime he's going to hit his Ruby. And you see, the beauty about young people who are born after 1997, the Gen Z, we call them. They are natural entrepreneurs. They always want to convert the Gen Z. If you go on Google, you go and see the definition of Gen Zs. They want to convert their hobbies into business. They don't want to work for people. So these are the guys who are natural entrepreneurs. And if you want to bring in more people into your team, you must also identify people like this and work with them. Okay, there are the target market you should have. You want to increase your business part, you should look for young people who are born after 1997. And then you also need to look for ladies, because 76% of world network marketing is done by ladies. And 80% of all ladies from US who earn more than 100,000 USD per annum belong to the network marketing industry. So that is how you should work, because I always believe in this: study it right. That means you study it right. How do you study it right in this business? If you want to go fast and furious, you want to make bigger money, faster money in a simpler way, the QR code for that is super package. The QR code for million here is super package. You can come in at any other entry point, but if you want to become a millionaire, if you want to make bigger money, faster money in a shorter period, the QR code is super package. That is how you study right. Next, you have to choose the right. Come this Saturday, we are having our SSC, second SSC online Zoom presentation, where we are going to coach you how to study it right and how to choose the right. That means, you see, first you are there. You are the first number one power. You are the greatest asset of all assets. Okay, how you see life, that's how life is going to see you. So number one, that's you. And then number two, after that, the asset that you have is time. You have 24 hours, I have 24 hours. How we use the time is very important. Next is the people that we choose to exchange our time with is very important. So this is what we are going to share with you on Saturday. And around the same time. So you have to get your friends. If you come alone, I always tell you, if you come alone, you will get 10 people. If you come alone, you will get your 2 leaders. If you come with 2 leaders, you will have 10 leaders. If you come with 10 leaders, you will definitely have 100 people very soon. The moment you have 100 people in your team, the income will start flowing, guys. Okay. Next, I'm going to call upon Pastor A.Y. Rich, who is in Malaysia, is a Nigerian pastor in Malaysia, never done network marketing like this before. He's already a Sapphire leader and is doing very well. Today he's created his own academy, A.Y. Rich Academy. Can we hear from Pastor A.Y., please? Can you unmute yourself, Pastor? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Maha.
Most welcome.
Yes, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and I've been listening to a lot of testimony. You know, sometimes, most of the times, I always requested for me to be listening because I want to learn from others. So that's why I always want to be low profile for me to be listening. First of all, I want to really appreciate the leadership of the Super Life and the training and the coaching of Dr. Maha and everybody. 2015, I have a challenge that's on my spinal cord. All right, I want to give a testimony on the STC30. All right, my personal testimony about on the STC30. 2015, December precisely, I have a spinal cord injury. I went to a lot of hospital, like Prince Court Hospital in Kuala Lumpur here in Malaysia. Prince Court Hospital is one of the best hospitals in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. And I went all through the scanning, but they could not give me the proper solution I was looking for. And the pain continues until 2017. 2017 also, the pain was very severe, and I don't really know what I could do at that moment. So 2019, about last year, somebody introduced me to this Super Life STC30, and I give it a try. For the pains that have lasted for more than 4 years, in less than 6 months, the pains disappeared. So that is what gives me the courage to look into Super Life products and the compensation plan. And we are also doing the business today. Like I said from the beginning, I'm learning from my coach, from Dr. Mahan and the leaders of Super Life. And with the short knowledge and the learning I have had, at least I have acquired my leadership rank, leader rank, and Sapphire rank, heading to the Ruby rank at the moment. So thank you so much for this platform. And I can also see a few of my mentors like Mr. Nathan. Mr. Nathan is always there for us, and he has always been there 24/7. Thank you so much, Dr. Mahan, and I appreciate for this wonderful opportunity, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Pastor A.Y. Rich. And you see, today, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a meditator, whoever wants to do this business, they can do. Is whether how much you want. It's not what drives you. It's not what you drive in life, but what drives you. If you have a drive to help people, then this is a business for you guys. Okay, so Thank you so much. And I'm going to call another person. And this is, I'm going to call Mr. Nathan himself from Malaysia. Okay, before I call, I'll spread around other parts of the world. Mr. Nathan is an Emerald Direct, and he's also doing Zoom presentation practically every day. Let's hear from him. Mr. Nathan. In English meeting, I call him Mr. Nathan. Tamil meeting, Nathan. Mr. Nathan, please. Go ahead, sir. Can unmute yourself. Go ahead. Are you okay, Nathan? Something wrong with his sound? Okay, then I'll get someone first while he's adjusting himself. Then I'll get him. I'm going to call from India during this COVID-19. There's another gentleman here who participated and followed the system fully. And he did a sensation within a short period of time. He did a 5,000 USD. Can I have Mr. Ilemaran from India, please? Ilemaran, sir, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Mr. Ilemaran, are you there, sir? I'm having issues with this. Okay. I mean, there's some that they cannot unmute themselves. Let me see whether Nathan is okay. Then I'll get Nathan. Not able to unmute. Oh, Ilemaran said I'm able to unmute. Okay, okay. Let me unmute. Let me see now what I can do now. Okay. I will. Okay. Okay, I'm going to allow. Okay, now you guys can unmute yourself now. Okay, Mr. Ilemaran, sir, you unmute first. Then later I'll get Mr. Nathan to unmute. Mr. Ilemaran, sir, go ahead. Are you there, Mr. Ilemaran, sir? You can unmute yourself now.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me, Dr. Mara?
Loud and clear.
Fantastic. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity.
Yes,
there are so many accomplished.
Hello.
Times more than me. And you're calling me, I'm just a beginner. I'm a baby in super life.
Yes.
I'm honored. You always honored me.
A lot of beginners, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay.
So once again, I'm Ilemaran Rajaram. I'm an entrepreneur based in Chennai. In fact, I was running a company of my own. Not very eagerly, taking a baby step at the start level. And even I'm not able to believe myself, I took only star in the beginning. Within a week, I did understood the potential of networking and the ingenuity of the health product. The objective of the business impressed me immensely. See, spreading the concept of staying healthy, at the same time generate enormous passive income, impressed me like anything. Immediately upgraded within a week's time to super package and started devoting 100% into it. I did, lots of browsing. I read, consulted, and picked up a sound understanding of network marketing, and no looking back from then. Suffered lots of setbacks initially, but did not allow myself to be bogged down or rejected. Instead, I became.
Somebody's having Okay, go ahead. Go ahead now.
Prabhu Adishiva.
Muted. Go ahead.
If you can hear me. Yeah.
Yeah, now you can go ahead. Your line is quite bad.
Business. Approaching people is an art by itself and a profound management subject. Me being a MBA graduate from Loyola. My line, is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Mara, is my line bad?
Yeah, line is quite bad. You just adjust the phone a bit.
Yeah. Am I audible now? I'm
Yes,
just
yes.
in the maximum pitch I'm talking to.
Yeah, go ahead.
So approaching people is an art by itself and a profound management subject. Me being a MBA from Loyola in Chennai, after mechanical engineering, postgraduate diploma in plastics engineering, I found out this and appreciate that. People whom you have assumed to be very close and caring are bound to disappoint you. A true leader will be identified from a very unassuming nowhere. True colors of people will surface and will be rude, shocking surprise for you. Network marketing approach will help you identify people known and unknown to you. And of course, it is learning every day, joy, because you're getting groomed into a unbeatable and the profound leader with excellent communication qualities. Communication plays a very important role. It has to be effective communication. So when you come across those who negate you for taking up network marketing, just ignore them. Mark them from your life. Do not permit anyone to belittle the wonder product or the legitimate network marketing, as they know nothing in full. You will come across plenty of people who will show off with overheard knowledge, okay, from what they have heard from other people. It's people, half-baked people. Network marketing helps you grow in a full-fledged, respectable leader, empower you with lots of in-depth knowledge of leadership qualities. So that leadership qualities you will have to pass on to your downlines to convert them into leaders, who will in turn help growing the organization. If one devotes, this is a very interesting thing, I'm telling you, 10,000 hours on a single business with 100% focus, the business has no other go other than to materialize and become highly successful. 10,000 hours translates to just 4 years. I'm sorry. And of course, it depends on the quality of your focus. Believe in what you want so much that it has spread the inspiration on the possibilities that Super Life and its smartly devised system allowed me, which gave me the opportunity to earn $5,000 in just straight 18 days. And there are n number of possibilities. Anyone with a focus and devotion can reach any ranks and become rich or rich. Possibilities are plenty. Reach out full time. Spread bank accounts. More the people, more the money, more the money. Let the wellness spread. Super life is super. Thank you very much, Dr. Maha. Once again, thank you very much for this opportunity.
That's Mr. Maran. He's growing the business so well. Okay, now can I have Mr. Nathan, please? He's muted. After Nathan, we have one final sharing from our Master Veet, who's a triple crown diamond. So he'll be sharing after this. Okay, can I have Mr. Nathan, please? I'm not direct. Go ahead, Mr. Nathan. Mr. Nathan.
Yes. Good evening, Dr. Maha.
Good evening.
So happy to see you here again. So, okay, this business is introduced by Dr. Maha to me, and then I already have a networking experience. So since I think this plan is very simple, by helping two people, by developing two people, you can earn big money. So I see it very simple. So I come in. Actually, this business is very simple. So if I tell you to go and find people who don't want money, can you find two people who don't want money? Then you feel very difficult. But when you ask people who want money, everybody want money. But the technique you learn from here, how to approach, then you get money. Okay, actually from this system, and then with this dominated team, the team support is very powerful. Because of the dominated team, we also we are making it better. So and then see like Mr. Farah, Mr. Nick Lim, and then our top leaders here, Mr. Rajan, Mr. Prakash, Mr. This Anjiran, all these people are doing well, and Mr. Sami, Supaya, so many people are doing well, but all are doing the same procedure, helping people. So while helping, everybody can make money, and not forgetting, Mr. Bhagyam there, also giving a good support. So with dominated team support like Mr. Mohan, Nitya, Vimalan, Mr. Warren, all these team support are getting very powerful because now we work interdependently. And then according to the system now, with this lockdown, we are earning good money. like my income US dollars, not less than 200 US dollar every day. So sometimes can go to 200 to 300 US dollars, but most of the time 200 to 300 US dollars. Sometimes 400, sometimes 500, sometimes even more. But doesn't matter, whatever come in from the system, we are happy to receive. We help people to make money. Thank you for.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Nathan. Mr. Nathan is our Emerald Direct and is growing very well. And I like the spirit he's doing. He's doing every day Zoom meeting, and the Zoom meeting is growing globally now. And ladies and gentlemen, you all heard on the wealth part of the business, health part of the business, and how you also can make the wealth. You see, in this business, after the product is super, after the plan is super, then it's people power, guys. When people power is when you become, you know, the word bless means be less of you and be more of others. Look at the word bless is be less. And look at the mother, M other. That means you must matter other people. In this business, it's not about yourself, it's about other people. The more you have other people's intention in your heart, you don't have to worry about yourself. As long as you have that intention right and you want to build people, help people, nature will take care of you. That's what actually this business is all about. If you want to know the power of this business, if you have a chance now, since you're staying at home, watch this movie, Paid Forward. Please watch that movie, Paid Forward, for you to understand how this business works. So one such person started together with us at very young age, and a qualified engineer, like what Mr. Ele Maran said, he's a qualified engineer. And here this gentleman is also a qualified engineer. He started with us, and then he has built his own way, and today he's a triple crown. And he's got business around the world now. Let us hear from Master Vidya. Go ahead, Vidya.
Hello, Dr. Maha. Thanks for inviting me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me unmute. I'll mute this, guys. Vidya, I'll mute, then you unmute yourself. Huh? Okay, go ahead, Vidya. Now unmute yourself. Go ahead.
All right. So, as usual, I'm sure Dr. Maha did a wonderful session. He always let people talk and share their experience, and through other people, he inspires everyone. Like he just bring out the secret from every single people. All right. So thanks, Dr. Maha. And Super Life, in Super Life, my life changed within these 2 years completely. I was just a graduate from University of Malaya as an engineer, and I was looking for the right opportunity to change my entire generation. Basically, my first intention is to give the best to my parents. That was my first ever priority. Then I was looking for the right opportunity, and I tried few and failed. And with God's grace, I got this opportunity in 27, which is Super Life through Mr. Laitekin. So we took it, myself and Jibohan and Jivaran, we took it very seriously. Then we formed this team, Dominator. And I take it very, very seriously because this is like a lifetime opportunity. Some companies out there, they might provide good products, but not a good compensation plan. Some companies will have good compensation plan, but not good products. Some companies might have this too, but don't have a team to support. And some companies even have all this, but the company management is not good enough, don't have a vision. But if you look at Super Life, if you look at SLWC Global Franchise, you have everything. You have world-class product. You have a turbo compensation plan, which pays you high income, fast income. You have a powerful team, a powerful system to guide you. You have a very strong company background. Mr. Lai is a very successful man. Basically, he started this company not to make money, but to give the right opportunity for his followers, to give the best opportunity for his followers. That was his intention, because we were there. I was there when he started. And that is the reason now we are taking over the market. And we are helping a lot of people. A lot of people, especially in Team Dominator, people like Dr. Maha and a few other leaders like Nathan sir here, some leaders from Nigeria, some leaders from Kenya, India, all the main leaders are doing great job. Basically, our intention is not just to make money. We want to empower more people. We are changing people's life, Healthwise and Wealthwise. That is why we are doing quite a lot of program to give inspiration. We are organizing. We are totally different than any other teams out there. I can guarantee that. We are doing something different. We are doing a lot of trainings. We call it as FTC, functions training and coaching. Through Zoom application, we are utilizing to the max. Dr. Maha is doing a presentation twice a week, and a lot of things, even in other languages like in Swahili, Nigerian language, we do presentation for US, all these things. So everything is there. All you have to do is just put yourself into the system, follow the system, and you'll make it. Everything is here. Every single thing is here. You have to make sure why you started this. So when I started Supply, I was very clear about my goal. I just want to come out from poverty. I want to make my generation as right. Someone is unmuted.
Wait.
Okay, business class generation. So this is the only opportunity, because network marketing is the only industry where you can become rich by helping others, and it doesn't require any qualification, any age background, any financial background, any educational background. It doesn't need that. It only requires a good intention of yours to help other people, to make people to achieve their dreams and goals. The more people you help, the more money you make, the more successful you are. You will get the satisfaction. And that is why we are so passionate. Myself, Dr. Maha, and all the leaders, we are very passionate, and we are sharing a lot of knowledge. In fact, even in 30 minutes time, I'll be doing a Facebook Live. I was with Dr. Maha last week, and you are sharing a lot of things, and we are talking to a lot of leaders from other countries. So we are providing a healthy environment for all of you to learn and grow. Okay, so utilize all this, utilize the system, and follow the system, and all of us can become success together. All right, so thank you very much. Life is super. Passing back to Dr. Maha.
Okay, thank you, Vidya, Master Vid. And as he mentioned earlier, in a half an hour's time, he's going to interview Ruby Direct, who is Vidya's own brother. See, that's the beauty about this business. Your family also can come and participate. Not only you enrich yourself, you can also enrich your family. His brother VITHIAGANANT is going to interview him after in half an hour's time. You can check it out in the Facebook Live. Okay, so you see, guys, we have literally officially come to the end of our session. I'll give another 15 minutes, like by 10 o'clock, we will wrap it up. But this 10-15 minutes I'm giving is for any one of you. Like if you want to share about what you gained today from this business, you can open up and share. Because I always like, after the presentation, after the whole thing where people sat back and they discuss, we can get a lot of things here. And that's another thing that actually enriches people. And people thank me for that also. Okay, so if you want to share something, or if you want to say one point that you gained today by this evening, then you can always share now. I'll give you maybe another 10-15 minutes, we'll share that, and before we go. And don't forget, on Saturday, Malaysian time, 8 p.m. and GMT, maybe 12 p.m., we will have a SSC program, Superstar Empowerment. It's very important. If you are really serious about this business, if you are a business builder, if you say you're a business builder, you have to come for that SSC program. And the SSC program will share with you how to start it right, how to become a power of one, how to be a magnetic force to attract people to participate in you. At the same time, once you find the two people, what are you supposed to do? The why to do and the how to do. So please be there on Saturday program and check it out from your friends and all that, okay? So I have some hands out here. I'm going to call a few people. First is Osman Safiano from Nigeria. Sorry, from Ghana. Osman, go ahead, sir. Can you unmute yourself, Osman? Yes, go ahead.
Good
Osman.
afternoon.
Yes. Afternoon to you,
Good
Osman.
afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Doctor, thank you very much for a wonderful presentation.
Most welcome.
We really enjoy it. Doctor, I want to find out something. Sometimes you get a registration, but getting SP is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether some people are also experiencing that.
Can you please repeat that? I didn't get you. What you said?
For instance, you get somebody to register.
Okay.
But SP to register is a problem.
Okay.
I don't know whether some of our leaders in Ghana can sometimes help us whenever we get somebody to register.
Okay, good. That's a technical question.
Yeah.
like you can get back to your sponsor or get the leader there. Definitely they will get the SP points for you. Either you can get from the office or you can get from your direct people from there. Okay. So I will talk to you afterwards and then we'll guide you on that. All right. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. That is Mr. Osman from Ghana. Okay. And Prince Peter. Can I have Prince Peter, please? His hands is up. Prince, can you unmute yourself, Mr. Prince Peter? Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Am I loud and clear?
Loud and clear. Very loud and clear.
Thank you so much. I'm Prince Peter from Kenya.
Yes, sir.
And actually, I'm still new in this business.
All right.
And I have one of my dad who's my elder dad had a problem with prostate cancer. It has been a while, ever since 2015. And once I joined this business, I thought like it's also good to share the opportunity or to share the product with my dad, because it's been a while. He's been traveling all over the countries, up to even India, seeking for medications. But all the same, when he comes back home, after a while, we have the same problems running each and every time. So ever since I introduced this STC30 to him, it has been working so well. The conditions, his body stability, because he was a little bit slim more than when earlier before he started, he was not using the product. But at least at this moment, the body is good, is recovering. The only challenge, and is the question also I wanted to ask, he has a problem with bleeding. So we don't know how well STC30 can control bleeding, but just generally, according to his body normal condition, is just fine. But now the bleeding is a little bit disturbing, and more so he's using 2 sachets per day. So I don't know if we can increase them to 3 per day, because this week is finishing the 4th box of STC30. So I don't know how we can, if we can increase it to 3 per day according to his problem, or he can just continue using the 2 per day, and how well also we can control the bleeding, or STC30 can it control the bleeding until it's over, or it's just with the time the bleeding will stop.
Okay, Prince, where you said you're from?
I'm from Kenya.
You're from Kenya. Okay. What do you do? I will try to get Dr. OFORI to help you on that part. Even if I know the answer, but the best person to talk will be a medical doctor on this. Okay, so I'll get Dr. OFORI to guide you. All right, and you can communicate with me afterwards. I will ask Dr. OFORI to guide you on that. All right. Okay. So you see, because certain things, medical doctors, when they say they say it the right way. When we say it, our focus is on the wellness. So whenever it comes to sickness, I don't go into that part. I always tell people, try 3 months or 6 months. The product definitely works, definitely help. But on technical aspect, so we have doctors to help you on that. All right. Okay.
So, Prince, thank you. Otherwise, the presentation was good. I'm very challenged with my brother Nick Lim, and it's definitely going to work so hard, so tightly. I thank my leaders in Kenya. I thank them so much, and we together. So life is super.
How young are you, Prince?
I'm 24 years.
24 years, okay. So if 22 can do, you also can do. All right. So that is the beauty of what networking. It's a power of synergizing each other. All right. So all the best to you. Okay. I muted you. So now next person, and I see some hands up here, Mr. What's the name? I saw one person here. Where's the person? Okay. All right. And see, okay, somebody, the addition must have dropped, the line must have dropped. Okay. So if you have anyone wants to share, you all can put your hands up, or you want to share, you can unmute and share. And before we say goodbye, because it's officially after we just sharing, the meeting is over, but this is just more for interaction. If you all have anything that I want you all to just interact with us. Okay. So otherwise we can say goodbye. So thanks for your time, guys, today. Today is Friday, and we had a good session. And I thank all the contributors who contributed generously about how the STC30 can help them. I also thank those people who contributed on the Wealthwise, how the product can help them, okay? So always remember, this business is not about people working for you. From business perspective, you have to identify 2 people, and you have to work for the 2 people. When you get 2 people and you help them and you work with them and you share with them, and then when they grow together with you, they will do the same thing to 2 people, and then it goes on like that, the pay it forward concept. Okay, so come on Saturday, learn how to do that. And the most important person in the business is you. If you can if at all there's one person that you can convince to do this business, is not anybody outside. Okay, pastor, there's a pastor who wants to share from just now earlier itself. Pastor Kelly Bone. Okay, I'm going to ask the pastor to share. Go ahead, pastor. Can you unmute yourself, sir? Yeah.
Yes,
go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead, pastor.
Hello. Good day.
Good day, sir.
Super.
Where are you going? Life is super.
Life is super. Thank you very much, Dr. Maha. This is, let me say, this is the first time I'm privileged to listen to your presentation, and I'm indeed very, very delighted and grateful. And I also want to give a big shout out to my wonderful liberator, Mr. Prince. He's doing a wonderful job. The first 2 times I heard him speak, I begin to imagine and ask myself, where did he learn from? And hearing you speak today, I can see where the principle is coming from. And I also want to thank every other person that have shared their testimonies today, and most especially my wonderful sister, Sister Lucy from the United Kingdom. Our testimony was really, really inspiring. And that is the reason why I really want to ask this question. I don't know if she would permit you to share that testimony with us so that we can also use it to become an outreach, an avenue to reach other people, to understand that there is something outside in the world that can definitely be of good help to whatever health situation or challenges that they might be facing now. Because for me, coming into Super Life is not necessarily because of the wealth, but because of the health. Because I see so many people that are devastated health-wise, and they have been looking for one way or the other to be a help to these people. And most of the times we pray, we fast, we ask God for these things to be changed. And at times it looks like it takes eternity, not really because God is not answering, but because God has given us the things that we need to overcome those things. And because we are not looking deep enough, we won't be able to see those things. Just imagine, Super Life is not new, but this is the time I'm getting to know Super Life. And so it looks as if that I've been in the dark side of the world, they're praying for an opportunity, and now the opportunity has come. So I don't know if Sister Lucy will allow us to use our testimony as a kind of, platform to bring this awareness to other people that might be having some health challenges.
Yes, sir. Pastor, that is the very reason why I had this session today. It's being recorded, and that record will be uploaded into YouTube, and it will be available for you to use. And she is my inspirator for this, because every time she speaks, she moves everyone's heart, and she moves mine also. And that is what actually we started this business for. You see, a lot of people are in pain outside there, like what you rightly put it. Everyone comes to church, comes to place of worship because they are in pain. And me being in my own way in a spiritual path for 10 years, I realized every soul are happy naturally, but they are in a body which has got pain, they are in a mind which has got pain, and that makes the soul to also be in pain. So that soul needs freedom. And network marketing is a business that focuses freedom first. Someone asked me, can I resign for a job? First thing I will say, if you are not happy where you are, then you should go for that freedom. So freedom is what soul's paramount, I call fundamental purpose of the soul being here, because soul came here to be free and to be absolutely have the free will to do what it wants. That we are all co-creators. The creator has given us a chance to co-create things, but if we are not free, then we are not able to express ourselves. Today, many parts of the world, we are politically free, but are we free health-wise, or are we free wealth-wise? So when Super Life started, when we saw Super Life, I saw a part where I can go out and help a lot of people. After coming out 10 years of my surrenders to the creator, I realized the best way I can do that is through this way, where today I'm telling people, this morning I wrote in my group, or I wrote it in Facebook, I wrote this: seek first the kingdom of online, then the global economy will open up for you. Seek first the kingdom of online, and the global economy will open up for you. Today, with COVID-19, with this lockdown, everyone is going online to do something with their life. Because we are in low touch now, we cannot go out and have high touch to meet people. We need to sit down in the house. We need to do this. And many of our income has increased tremendously the last 2 months. And all this we started 2 years back as amateurs. Today we have mastered the game. So if we are going to go out there, we are going to help a lot of people to master this game. And Pastor, we need people like you to help us. You see, people come to church, people come to place of worship every Sunday, but other days the reality bites them. 6 days their reality bites, and where they are supposed to use God in their mind, but they are putting other things in their mind, God takes a backseat now. So we are going to help people health-wise, remove them from the pain, and Lucy is a fantastic example for us. And with all our prayers, it came through STC 30 to help her. Now, there are a lot of souls are going to be in pain now. 37 million people are laid off in US. Many people are going to be laid off in every part of the world. COVID-19 is just the beginning. What is going to be the tip? COVID-19 is just the tip of the iceberg. What is going to happen now is the chain effect of people losing their job. And this is where SuperLife comes in, guys. One end, we give them protection against any disease. At the other end, we are going to give them a powerful protection to protect themselves against another lockdown or another thing that comes which is going to affect them economically. So the moment we help people to find their freedom, the moment we help them to find that they are the best security ever created by the Creator, then what happens? They will have a chance to have independence in life, guys. So let us do our job together. I thank each and every one of you for being here. I thank all of you for taking your time to continually being here. And on Saturday, if you come alone, you will have 2 powerful guys who will be joining you soon. If you come with 2 guys, you will have 10 powerful guys who will be studying with you. And if you come with 10 guys, you will have 100 people who will be very soon with you. The moment you have 100 people in your team, your income will become daily income, guys. And the moment the 100 people, say 20% of the 100 people work for you and work with you, you will have 1,000 people in no time. And we do it by helping people to enrich people health-wise and wealth-wise. Thank you so much for all your time. I'm going to unmute everybody, or you can unmute yourself. I don't know where my unmute button is. I need to find it. So super life is super, guys. Okay.
Yeah, life is super.
Yes, Mr. Prince here. Yeah, life is super, guys. Life is super.
Super life.
I wanted to say
Super life, life is super.
Life is super.
Life is super.
Life is super. Life is super.
Sister Lucy, thank you very much. Thank you for that testimony.
Yes.
Thank you, Maga sir.
Thank you. Life is super. Life is super.
Thank you, Mr. Prince.
Life is super.
thank you.
Life is super.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, AY Rich.
Life is super. Okay.
Life is
super. All on Saturday and same time.
Super life. Life is super.
Life is super. Okay. Bye.
Life.
Super life. Bye. Super life. Bye.
Life is super. Bye. Life is super.